Howdy once again, Damon from the Drum Bow TCG here. What's up, guys? So this episode, or this video, is going to be a little different. Zach from Chaos Galaxy just released the spoiler images for the new Gaios starter deck archetype, and I can't get this thought out of my brain. It's so clunky. It's just so clunky, man. I like for like a fun game, this would be like cool, but like for a serious game, serious professional type, let's get the best deck ever. This is not what you want in my eyes. So let's just take a look at the cards, shall we? We got Togma, Beast of the Night Jungle. Gaios, obviously. His ability is, if a night jungle creature on your planet would be killed by an opponent's card, you can kill one night jungle resource card on your planet instead. No, that's fine, or whatever, because you get to negate a creature to be killed, another night jungle creature to be killed. But the major flaw in this archetype, to me, is the night jungle resource cards. Okay, so the first resource card is Slick, or Slike, whatever it was. Tree of the Night Jungle. But like, making a deck reliant on resource cards isn't very good. Especially in Chaos Galaxy, when there's Bolide Comet and other ones that just target permanent resource cards. Because like, in theory, you have this on your planet the entire time, and then you get to just pick off your resource cards to get the benefits of the other guys. But it just doesn't work, because you need to buy resource zones with your stars, and then you gotta, at least to get anywhere, you gotta at least have 2 of each resource, so you can get the maximum value out of your night jungle creatures. And that's a lot. That is a lot of resources to be putting in one person's deck, because this game is very monster heavy, very creature heavy. Like, resource cards is great for like to help you out, but to build a whole thing is just whatever. But like, Zach, totally cool. Like, I love that you're expanding your game, which is great. But like, since you did put out an official ban list on Reddit, so that means that you're thinking about this game to be a little bit more than a casual game experience. But I didn't even go over this card yet. Alright, so Tree of the Night Jungle. All night jungle creatures on your planet gain 20 power if this card on your planet is killed by a creature's ability. Increase the power of one night jungle creature on your planet by 100. So that means that Togma has 150, and then it goes up to 250 once it dies. I guess that's not bad for a 3-star, but there's way better, more resources, even in the Gaios Galaxy, that makes more sense. So let's go over the next resource card, Eok. If this card is killed by the ability of a night jungle creature on your planet, your opponent loses 1 point for every creature on their planet. This one is okay if your strategy is to screw over your opponent's points, but usually, no, that's not what you're going to want to do. Because like I said, this game is very creature-based, very monster-based. If you're not killing a creature or something, this card is going to be, most of the time, a dead card in your hand, let alone a dead card on your field, because it just doesn't do enough to pay even the resource zone cost for this one. Like, because I mean, if they have like 5 monsters on their planet, you know, they lose 5 points, but you paid 2 points to get the resource zone and a card in your galaxy. Like, so what? The next one is Gulak. Also, I love all the arts on these cards. This card art is really amazing. Zach, your art is getting super awesome, super great. I love it so much. But like I said, this archetype is fun for like a casual, but like if you're trying to make a professional like tournament style deck, this is not what you want. But let's say Gulak. If this card on your planet is killed by an ability of a night jungle creature, that creature cannot attack this turn and at the end of your turn you draw 2 cards, which he said in his own video. This is in there because there's 8 different types of cards, in this one archetype. So you definitely need a draw, which this one does push it a little bit, but it still has the downside of all the Night Jungles that it has to be killed by the Night Jungle's ability. And if if your opponent just kills your Night Jungle cards before your ability happens, or if you have a Night Jungle beast on your planet and you don't have anything and your opponent just kills it because they're very understated, then this does nothing. If it's in your galaxy still, or if it's even in your hand and you can't play it, it does nothing. Oh man, but okay, so the last one is Akaru, Tree of the Night Jungle. If this card on planet is killed by a Night Jungle creature ability, add 1 resource conduit to your hand that is either killed or in your galaxy. And to me, this card is the biggest offender of why this archetype is not going to be super duper amazing. The Zeta Rays archetype, that archetype is fantastic. Compared to this one, to the Zeta Rays, this one is not on par whatsoever, because you have to have a resource conjurer in your deck for this to work. I mean, it could reuse the same one over and over if you have 2 Akrus, because that's the deck limit. If you have 2, so you could reuse the same resource conjurer once, and once if you already use it, which is it is a plus. But if you don't have a Night Jungle beast, then you can't activate this card at all. So yeah, let's just go over the rest of the beasts. Kraka. I love this card art. Like I said, this one's my favorite one. The colors are great. This pose is fantastic. But once per turn, you can kill 1 Night Jungle resource card on your planet to shuffle up to 2 of your killed Night Jungle resource cards back into your galaxy. This one has the most potential in this galaxy because you run 2 Krakas, then that means you don't have to run 2 of every single resource tree card. Just because a Kraka gets to put that back into your galaxy, which is great. For this card, for its full potential, you need to have another beast kill off a resource card, or your opponent has to use a bolide comment onto your stuff. So yeah, there's that downside. To me, this archetype is the most understated for what it does, because a lot of stuff just does nothing on the board by itself. And then let's go to Gla, Beast of the Night Jungle. This one says only once you can kill 1 Night Jungle resource card on your planet to kill 1 creature or attachment card on your opponent's planet. Now this one, I assume he meant once per turn, but as it's written, only once means once per game that this card can be used. This effect can be used, and it's only killing 1 creature or attachment card on your opponent's planet. I mean, it could kill a Cranchon, it can kill anything, but yeah, once per game, it needs to be a super duper tempo swing for this ability to work. And then let's go with the big boy, Uram, King of the Night Jungle. So, what I've been explaining this entire time is you're killing off your own resource cards to getting just barely enough an upgrade of effect. And then if you don't have your Night Jungle's beasts in play, then you just can't play them at all. This one kind of flips it on its head, because to get the most value out of this card by itself, because it reads, depending on the number of Night Jungle resource cards on your planet, this creature cannot be killed by these cards' types: 1 or more attachment cards, 2 or more activated cards, 3 or more resource cards. So if you have 3 more tree cards, which is almost all of the tree cards, you can't be killed by any of those, but you can still be killed by battle, which is great balancing, Zach. I really like that. But to get the most value out of this, you need to first build up 3 resource zones, while your opponent is attacking you. So you need to be building resource zones and battle zones and creature zones like usual. But this one, for this to work, you really need your resource zones a little bit more, which is great for the resource conjurer and the Krakik, whatever it was, combos to recycle your resource conjurers, but it's only putting it back in your deck, so you have to still have to redraw them, so it's not as fast as that. Again, if you're building up 3 resource zones and then you have to put all your 3 cards on it so this one can work. You can't be playing your other Night Jungle cards, or you can't use their abilities for this one to work at its fullest, which is kind of cool because the optimal way this deck is run is you build up your resource zones, you play them, and then you play then they can't really kill them unless it's by battle, and then you could like do your buffs onto the and whatnot, so it could be bigger and stronger, so it can't attack. But then once they use like a galaxy crash or something, then everything is gone. Then you see my point. Like, for this card to work, you need to put all in on this card. And then if for somehow they kill this card without killing your resource cards, then that's when you get your value of the Night Jungle Beast, because the trees are just sitting there, and then you could just pick them off one by one, and they get their ability. So, and subscribe if you like for more content, cards, and also if you like this review style of this, please tell me. I'll do more for you. So thank you guys. Have a great and beautiful week.